see you here.
Nice to see you too, Vishen.
So just to give some context, we are currently beaming to you live from Europe, from the city of Tallinn, Estonia, where both Ronan and I have a home. And the presentation today is on Mindvalley Certified Holobody Coach, which is a certification program in Mindvalley that does two things. Number one, for people who are looking for a rapid health transformation, not just weight loss, but transforming, say, your energy level, transforming your musculature, learning how to optimize exercise, learning how to integrate things like intermittent fasting or morning protocols into your life. Holobody is a holistic approach. That's where the name comes from. Holobody, holistic body approach. And Ronan is our chief architect of this system. Ronan is a brilliant advisor on health. He has been Mindvalley's head of health since 2015, and the person who's been advising me on my health. To this day, for example, today, I started my day with an intermittent fast. So yesterday, I know I stopped eating at 9:30. And today I started eating again at 12:30. That period of intermittent fasting and the way I learned to do that, I learned from this man. Yesterday, I went to the gym to work on day 2 of my 10x exercise protocol, a methodology and an exercise protocol that, again, was crafted to me by Ronan. So I trust Ronan with my health, with my wellness. And the results is that I have been able to age backwards as I've gotten older. For example, I'm now 48. About 2 years ago at 46, I did a biological age test called glycan age. And I was very happy to show that it showed that I'd actually gone backward in age, not chronologically, but biologically, to 20. I had the body of a 20-year-old. And a lot of that is thanks to the persistent health advice that I get from Ronan. So Ronan is an incredible individual. He's able to consume a ton of information. In fact, even though he lives a 12-minute walk away from me, I hardly see him because he's perpetually buried in books. Either that or he just doesn't like my company. But this guy is a health and body nerd. You can ask him anything. He covers just about the entire spectrum of health. But he's truly a remarkable mind. And that's why at Mindvalley, we brought in Ronan to govern our entire health program. Ronan helped create the longevity blueprint with Ben Greenfield. He helped advise us on programs such as Dave Asprey's Smarter, Not Harder, which is a program on biohacking. So why are we here today, right? So firstly, if you're here today, here's what we're going to cover. We're going to go into a 30-minute outline to understand health. So you're going to look at 5 pillars that actually govern your health. And as you're about to see, these pillars are not what we've been trained to believe. There's a lot of misinformation about health right now. Yesterday, for example, I saw someone share on Instagram this picture saying all the great diets in the world look at calorie deficit. That's rubbish, right? Think about it. Coca-Cola and broccoli, certain amounts of it have the same number of calories, but which would you rather put in your body? Calorie deficit is a useful tool in some ways. It is not the end all of losing weight, but so many diets just look at that. Now, another thing, exercise. So many exercise protocols claim to be the one that's going to transform your body. Pilates is the one. Yoga is the one. But when you actually go deeper, what you're going to find is that the world of health and wellness is far more complex than we think. 98% of diet and exercise solutions are failing to tackle the root cause of a health challenge. Now, this is a diagram. Ronan's going to go deeper into this with you. But if you look at this diagram that shows the entire spectrum of human health. And Ronan, what university is this from?
This is the University of Leeds in the UK, Vishen.
Okay. So everything that has to do with diet is that tiny red circle. Everything with exercise is that tiny red circle, okay? Diagram 1, the diagram on the left. But if you actually open up human health, it's a function of physical activity, environment, individual physiology, food consumption, food production, social psychology, individual psychology. And we're going to break this all up for you. Ronan's going to teach you the 5 Holobody principles that we use at Mindvalley to transform human health. This is what I've learned from Ronan to transform my health. We've transformed the healths of hundreds of our employees, thousands upon thousands of our users, and this is what we're going to cover. So the first 30 minutes, you're going to learn about the 5 pillars. You're going to go away with some really valuable knowledge. And just from this first 30 minutes, you are going to be able to make better decisions on your health. Now, for those of you who want to learn about Holobody is 2 things, basically. If you join the certification, so if you join the program, it's a 4-month program. Half the people who join the program basically join it because they want to go through a health transformation in a period of 4 months, in a few hours a week, bit by bit by bit by bit by week. You literally get the manual for the human body. I mean, when you buy a new car, you get a manual. When you buy a new laptop or a new phone, you look up their manuals online to understand how to use all of the features on the phone. Imagine having an iPhone and not knowing how to properly edit your photos or how to properly use its AI features. Kind of a waste of money. Yet when it comes to our body, most of us do not have a manual. What you learn in the first 4 months of Holobody is the essential manual for the human body, and you go beyond. At the end of that 4 months, you are in the 0.01% of people who understand health, nutrition. You add years to your life. Your workouts are far more optimal. You have already hacked your mind, so you're automatically only craving the foods which are healthy for you. But it doesn't mean you can't occasionally eat a pizza or enjoy ice cream, because you've learned concepts such as metabolic efficiency, how to balance things out. Now, if you go further, so the second part of Holobody, level 2, this is an extra hour a week. You learn how to coach other people. And this is really beautiful because not only do you transform your health, you get a license to become a certified health coach, a license, and you can go out there and charge to take people through Holobody. This becomes a way to earn income, but also a way to transform the lives of the people you care about, whether they're your employees or your family or your friends. So let's get started with Ronan Diego and the 5 Holobody pillars. Ronan, all you.
Wonderful. I am, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that I am looking at my phone because here I see the chat of the Zoom, because I want to interact with you as we go through the 5 pillars of the Holobody program. And the first thing that I want to ask you is, at this moment, when it comes to health, what is a challenge for you? If you come here in a online event about understanding, how the pieces of health come together, how to improve your health, the pillars, and there is a motivation, right? And this motivation is about a challenge, I suppose, that you've been facing in the realms of health. And I want to ask you, what is this challenge that for you right now is the highest priority to be tackled in the realm of health and fitness? And so we have some people talking about eating habits, for example. Jason, stopping when I'm close to full, not overindulging. So this is a eating habit. Christy is already taking a holistic step. Say, hey, self-love, because that already translates in how I deal with my own health and my own body. Yeah, quitting sugar when stressed is difficult. That's what Dali is saying. We have mental health. That here is where we realize that we have the right people in the right place, because we are already making the holistic connections here. Learn skills to help me share with my community. So right people in the right place. Hey, my main challenge is the coaching aspect. Gut microbiome health. How to stick with the plan. Comfort eating when stressed. Self-love. Atrial fibrillation. Lack of energy. So you see that the problems, the issues that we try to solve, they are already holistic. Some person is talking about eating habit, the other is talking about a heart problem, the other is talking about self-love, and the other is talking about how I spread this to other people. These are all aspects of the holistic health approach. Before we go into each one of the pillars, and I'll ask the Mindvalley team here for the rights to share my screen, because I want to share the slides of the 5 pillars. We need to understand, take a step back and see what is the proposal of holistic health. Whenever you have this problem, I'm eating while I'm stressed, or eating sugar while I'm stressed, or the lack of energy, I ask you, is this a recent challenge that just showed up maybe last week, or is it a challenge that you've been facing maybe on and off for maybe months or for maybe years? Is this something that just showed up? Lack of energy is something that I only experienced last week, and I need to solve that. Or has this been a narrative, a long challenge that so far I haven't overcome? How is long-term? Vicky is saying over here. For years, Dali is saying, decade-long challenge. This is the situation that we see in health. The problems that we have in health, they are not things that showed up last week like a code, and then I overcome that. These are narratives. And for a lot of us, for a lot of people, you will see these people go into the last days of their lives with the same problem. It's like, yeah, my whole life, I had this lack of energy. Or until, for 30 years, for 40 years, that does not say that the body has a problem. That does not say that the person cannot solve that problem, because in 30 years or a decade, you tried different things. But the approach used, the only miss here is the approach used. If I'm always using an approach that doesn't solve the problem, it doesn't matter how much effort I put. I will never solve the problem. This is how we usually engage with health in a traditional way. When we talk about health, you have a traditional approach and you have a holistic approach. That we are now understanding the shift. A traditional approach is, I have an issue and I go solve that issue. So my body is in a state of overweight, so I go change my diet. Or I need more energy, so I start working out. Or I have pain here, so I start exercising. Or I need to burn belly fat, so I go to the gym or change my eating. Or I have something in my heart, I go to the heart doctor. I have something in my lungs, I go to the lung doctor. It's a very compartmentalized approach. And this approach never seems to solve the problem, because this is the approach that most of us still use. And this is why we still have the same challenge for the past 10 years. What this gives most people is this feeling of complete lack of understanding about the body. I live in my body for my entire life, but I don't know what is wrong. I don't know what am I doing wrong. There's this feeling of insecurities. I don't even know where to start. There's so many things to change. Or I don't even know what am I doing right and what am I doing wrong. And I live my entire life in this relationship with my body that I'm stepping on eggshells. I don't know if this is right and this is wrong. And if I have a problem, I don't even know how to solve that. It's more or less for anybody here who is not an airplane pilot. Imagine that you are put in the pilot seat. So the crew hasn't showed up today. Today, you, Marie or Galina, you will be the pilot of the plane. And then you see all the buttons and all the display. You have no idea where to start from, what to do. You have this feeling of I'm super lost. A lot of us have the same feeling towards our body for our entire life. Once you learn how to drive, before you learn how to drive a car, you have the same feeling towards a car. Then you learn how to drive a car. You know where to do first, what to do first. First, the ignition. And then the pedals will work like that. And then the different LEDs in the display work in a certain way. Once you have the familiarity, you know what to do first. You know how to operate the thing. You have confidence. If you want to travel, if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, you know exactly what to do. You have confidence over the car and over the driving. That's what I want you to have towards your body. Because if you don't, you're going to have the same problem to the rest of the life. But for that, we need to change the approach that we engage with the body. It needs to be a holistic approach. And this holistic approach has 5 pillars. It's not only something that you do, it's not only I have a challenge and I work on the solution of the challenge. Because here we are talking about, I have a symptom and I'm working on trying to extinguish that symptom. Some people talking about emotional eating here as the challenge. Sometimes we think that emotional eating is a problem, and then we read a book on emotional eating, but emotional eating is a symptom. Anybody here experience hormonal imbalance? Say, I cannot lose weight because of my hormonal imbalance. How do I balance my hormones? Does anybody relate to that? Hormonal imbalance is the same thing. It's not a problem, it's a symptom of a lack of harmony inside of the health body-mind system. Yeah? The first habit, the first pillar that we need to look at, that the traditional health approaches are not looking, is not even on what you eat, is not even on how do you exercise, it is on how you think. Identity shift. The identity shift, what that is understanding the priorities and the beliefs that you have, because these things generate the body that you are currently on. Do you agree with me when I say that your body is a reflection of your past? Everything that happened in the past, the decisions that you made, the things, the way that you ate, the way that you exercised, the diseases that you had, the accidents that you had, and all the things that happened in the past, they were reflected up until now into a physical body. For you to change this body in the future, you need to change the actions that happen in the now. But the actions that happen in the now, they are only going to change the body if they are kept over time. And so for actions to be kept over time, I cannot be somebody forcing myself to act in a different way. I need to become a different person that act on that different way as my second nature. Does that make sense? One of the things that I see a lot in the realms of weight loss, for example, is imagine that my body is in a state of overweight and I'm starting the journey to lose weight. And as I need to solve the challenges of emotional eating and things like that, and a lot of the times people go into the yo-yo effect because they change the diet, they start exercising, then they lose the result because inside of the mind, there is a belief that I am the overweight person. I am the chubby person. I am this kind of person. And then I change the journey of changing is a forcing. It's like it doesn't feel like it's me. It's me doing something that is not my second nature. You know, I'm forcing some type of diet. I'm forcing some type of exercise. Whenever I finish the project, I come back to who I am. There is an alternative way of looking at it. That is not that I am the person who overeats. I am the big eater. I am a person, healthy person, who lost its weight and is coming back to it. If I look at myself from that perspective, there are different actions that I'm going to take. There are people who say, yeah, I don't see myself going to the gym. We just finished the program with Mindvalley. One of the main testimonials that somebody says, Ronan, I did this program and I never saw myself going to the gym, and now I am a regular. And I never saw that this was even possible. But what happened here is a change in understanding of identity. If I am a person who doesn't like exercise and I propose myself to exercise, that's never going to stick. And so my body will never transform because the action would not be consistent in the future. But what she did is said, okay, I don't like exercise. I cannot just repeat to myself that I love it. But there are other aspects of my identity that support the habit. Even though I don't like exercise, I love learning new skills. Even though I don't like exercise, I love to be a role model to my children. Even though I don't like exercise, I love the part of my personality that overcome obstacles. So whenever there was a resistance into implementing a different habit, She reprogrammed her beliefs by supporting herself in aspects of her identity that support that action. This is one of the tools. We implement one different tool on a Holobody for reprogramming your beliefs per week. There are 16 weeks. So one different tool per week on reprogramming your identity. So that at the end, you are not a unhealthy or emotional eater controlling yourself. You are a healthy eater that just doesn't conceive the idea of eating or under stress again. So then here, actions become different. Once actions become different, because we work on identity shift, we move to the second pillar. The second pillar is body harmony. Here is when we bring the knowledge of how the body works. That goes beyond, that includes exercise and nutrition, but goes beyond that. When we look at a holistic aspect, we see that there are 7 main aspects that change the health or determine the health of the body. If I go back to this map over here, with all the things that determine body health, and I try to organize that in an easy framework, this is what we get. Whenever you want to change the state of your physical health, there are 2 drivers. One is exercise and the other is nutrition. So yeah, they are included and they are the main ones. They are the steering wheel. You usually play on exercise and on nutrition in order to change the way that your body feels, in order to change its metabolism, in order to create health. But they are not the only. They are just the steering wheel. Then you have the supporting pillars. Supporting pillars is sleep and stress management. Here is one point that we have found out. There's a study from 2020, for example, that found out that people who are on a weight loss journey, but their sleep is short, their sleep is bad quality, the weight that they lose is 50% muscle. In comparison to people who do a diet for weight loss and sleep well, the weight that they lose is fat, which improves your metabolism. But if you lose muscle mass, at the end, you are worse than when you started, even though the diet is the same. But it's the interaction between diet and sleep. And then you say, my main point here is to let go of sugar, or to let go of the emotional eating, as some of you said. Sleep and stress are super connected to that. Even though in the same type of nutrition or the same type of exercise, what can change the game here is sleep and stress. You say, how come sleep is going to change my behavior towards eating? The amount of sleep and the quality of sleep changes the quality of your thinking. Whenever we sleep little or we sleep bad, there's a system in the brain called the endocannabinoid system that lights up. That system is a defensive mechanism from our ancestors that make you chase food, especially the high-calorie ones. So even if you know the diet, you know the exercise, but you're sleeping bad, your brain is automatically craving more sugar. It's much harder to be able to not eat, not overindulge, not eat emotionally if sleep is not in place. So this is one of the few examples. So once you have the drivers and the base, you have the platform where everything happens. Everything happens in connection with the external environment, with human connection, a body that belongs to a person that has close human connections is much more resilient in its health, and a sense of purpose, because a sense of purpose changes your choices, changes your behaviors, promotes health in that way. All of it passes through a filter of mindset. And this is what determines the health of the body. It's not what you eat, it's not what you exercise, it's the connection of all these things. From all these 8 points in the slide, which is the one that you think is more out of balance for you, the one that needs more attention? The traditional health aspect goes into changing or addressing the symptom. The symptom is overweight, so let's change the diet. The symptom is energy, let's change the exercise. Holistic health goes into the root cause. The symptom is emotional eating or is overweight. Maybe the solution is not on diet. Maybe the solution is the connection between sleep and stress in the context of what's happening. Maybe the solution is in the human connection. It is a person who knows the diet, knows the exercise, but is in isolation and then therefore eats because of emotion. So you need to look at all the aspects. And how do you do this? You bring balance, you bring harmony to all these aspects together. The way that you start is that you look at these 8 fields and you say, okay, exercise, I have some knowledge, I'm doing something about it. Nutrition, I'm already doing some work on it, but sleep's bad, man. Sleep is for sure something I'm not putting any attention. So, holistic health is going to tell you, let's work on that first to bring this whole system to harmony. And so here, I see sleep and exercise, for example, or sleep and stress, mindset, stress management, mindset, sleep. This is a lot of the things that we see in Holobody. That the body transformation that happens in people is when they address the things that is not very obvious. Beyond the sleep and exercise is when they start applying we have 3 modules on stress management. They will apply several techniques, and when they start applying those techniques, things start to change. That's the second pillar. The third pillar is transforming this knowledge in automatic behaviors. So you have the identity that allows you different behaviors. You have the knowledge of the whole holistic system. Now you need to apply those things into an automatic way. And here is where we go into the science of behavioral design. It is a science that is very well studied. And there are 11 different steps that we go through in order to create new habits or let go of old ones. But one that I want to bring your attention to is the step number 8, that is choosing a right prompt or a right trigger. So here a quick example. Let's imagine that somebody is working on drinking more water, very basic habit. But the point is that you always forget. It's not that I don't know that water is good, it's just forget to drink water. But there's one lady from the same program that we just finished with Mindvalley, the Body and Health Mastery, that her main trigger was whenever I check my phone, I drink a sip of water. So there is the checking of the phone is a habit that already exists. And then what you program your mind to remember is whenever one habit that already exists is executed, my mind is prompted to think of the new habit that I want to implement. So here's what I want you to think about. For a habit, for a healthy habit, for a new healthy habit that you want to implement, instead of going through the 11 process which we go through all the weeks of Holobody, think of one habit that already exists. Maybe it's checking the phone, maybe it's drinking coffee, maybe it's changing before leaving out, and how that can trigger a new habit that you want to implement. That is one aspect of habit design that is very useful. I want to be able to remember certain things. I want to be able to finish a meal and not go for avoid the dessert. So after I put the plate in the sink, I go to the bathroom and wash my teeth. I brush my teeth. So there's one putting the plate in the sink that every day is executed, and the other habit that will be prompted on top of that is going to the bathroom straight and brushing my teeth. This is a remembrance that is one of my skills that I develop in holistic health to develop new habits. And here you would develop these skills on how to let go of old habits and build new ones. From there, the fourth pillar is mental power. Mental power is about the influence of the mind over the body. And we know that not only the state of the body changes the way that the mind thinks, but the way that the mind thinks also changes the state of the body. Just like if you think of something that worries you, you feel that in your body. You feel the chemical of the body, the chemistry of your body changing. If you think of a deadline that is, that is worrying you, you feel something in your chest, you feel that the body is changing. If you know how to use the power of the mind, you can use your thoughts for positive changes in the body. You can use your thoughts to accelerate healing. You can use your thoughts to accelerate body transformations. And this is something that Vision has a whole segment through our Holobody to teach you all the tools on how you use the mind to transform the body in a positive way. Because in autopilot, we use the mind to transform the body. Sometimes it's a negative way. Well, when we worry, when we stress, we feel the adrenaline rushing through the body. And then we already know how to use the mind in order to create chaos inside of the body. But here we need skills to see how we use the same mind, but to create healing inside of the body. That's mental power. And then finally, you have the external environment, because the body and the environment are they're both sides of the same coin. But the main point that I want to bring to you here is whenever we think about external environment, we only think about nature. And that is a very relevant point, but it's not the only thing. Yeah. Anything that is external to your body is what we call external environment. And all of them define the state of your health. For example, think about the people around you. This is also part of the external environment. Their concept of you holds certain behaviors that you have. Have you seen how difficult it is for you to change things on your own? Because you're trying to change habits, but then those people still don't recognize, they mirror you, a old version of yourself. There's a very interesting Harvard study. They got people, they were in their 70s and 80s, and brought them to a house. But that house was completely designed to simulate their 20s. So imagine that, you are 80 years old today. When you were in your 20s, this was 1940s. So you go to a house that looks like 1940s. The same technology, the same decoration, the same vinyl music, the same telephone, the black and white TV, all these kind of things are there. It's like a travel back in time. And you are there with a group of other people simulating the 1940s. And you spend a week in the house. When you are out of the house, your biological age has rejuvenated. People are getting 7 years younger. And you could see in their faces 1 week in that house simulating the 1940s, whenever they were 20, thinking the same thoughts, watching the same things, having the same conversations. The body responds by rejuvenating themselves. But then this transformation was only held for 6 weeks, because these people went back to their normal houses and people around them behaved as if they are 80 years old. So, okay, I'm going to go get water. No, I'm going to get for you because, because you're weak, I'm going to go there. So the other behavior of other people held that person back into the health of an 80-year-old. That's why any health transformation is much harder when you do it alone. The National Weight Control Registry is a database that has 10,000 people that have lost weight permanently, 60 pounds and onwards permanently for 5 years or more. And they interviewed, these are, weight loss masters. And they interview these people and say, what are some of the things that you do? 98% of these people did this in a group setting, because they needed to be in touch with other people doing this at the same time in order to change their external environment. The external environment is not only nature, it's also people, and it's also the information that you consume. Who you follow on Instagram, what do you watch on the TV, what do you listen to on your podcasts of choice. Changing those environments also create a permanent change in the body. In Holobody, what we do is that we bring all these 5 pillars together so that you understand that changing your health is not fighting against yourself. It is aligning all parts of yourself into a different direction. Vision. If you're here, that's the points that I wanted to convey. If you're here, we can bring back the continuation of our conversation. In the meantime, creating a different stimulation, Christy, precisely that.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that particular session where Ronan gave you an overview of the methodology, right? Now let's talk about the curriculum structure for those of you who might be interested in going into Holobody. So again, this is for you if you're looking for a really delicate handheld approach across 4 months to master all the nuances of mastering your body. It's also relevant for you if you want to go beyond that and then get licensed, get certified. This does mean a little bit more work, but certified so that you can go out there and work as a health coach on other people, a Mindvalley certified health coach. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to take you through the entire program so you can make a decision. Okay, so this is just a quick summary, just some slides looking at what Ronan said. Ronan, would you like to add anything to this?
No, these are the slides that I just covered, the 5 pillars. If you pass 3 more slides, you're going to get to where you want to be.
Okay. And if any of you want to take a screenshot of these slides so you have the notes, go ahead, okay?
There you go.
All right. Now, let's talk about who Holobody is for. So firstly, this program is 4 months. It's going to be roughly 3 hours of training per week. The price, as you're about to see, is very, very, very minimal. It is not much of an investment at all. But the time investment is there because obviously, if you want to really learn lifelong skills on how to use your body, you're going to have to go deep, right? It's about 3 hours a week. Now, the good news is this. 3 hours a week is easy for just about anyone. We'll come to that in a moment. But first, let's see if this is right for you. So number 1, you're looking to transform your own health and fitness. Number 2, you're a health or fitness professional. That means maybe you're already a fitness coach, but you want to level up. You want to learn new skills, the mind-body element, intermittent fasting, nutrition that you want to bring to your clients. Number 3, you're searching for the best way to return your loved ones to health. This is something that I did. I used this after I went through this program. I was able to train my son and daughter. They're teenagers right now, and they both are incredibly healthy. They have literally no cravings for junk food, which is really disappointing for me because sometimes we'll be watching a movie and I'm like, guys, I'm in the mood for Haagen-Dazs. And they're like, no, Dad, we don't care. We don't need it. You go and eat it. They just have no cravings. Sometimes it almost seems robotic and I want to like strangle them. But it is amazing because their bodies are so healthy and it's showing up in their grades, right? You're going to learn this. The healthier you get, it improves your cognition level. Dr. Daniel Amen did a study of this in 2021, 2022. He found that for every extra amount of fat that we get around our thighs and our bellies, there's a reduction in brain cognition. In short, when you release fat, your thinking goes up in clarity, you perform better at work, you perform better at school. Now, 4th, you're a coach looking to expand into health and fitness. So what this means is maybe you're a consultant, maybe you're a life coach, but what you want to do now is expand your zone of competence into health and fitness. So if any of these apply to you, then this might be the right program for you. So what does it mean to become a Holobody coach, right? You're integrating the 5 pillars, going super deep. You're becoming results focused. So you learn how to create results for your clients, and it's adaptable to modern day needs at a rapid pace. Ronan, would you like to add anything?
This is when you understand when you get that confidence about your body, just like after you learn how to drive, you sit in the car in confidence because you know where to start. You know how each one of the LEDs in the display work. You know if the car is, if you need to turn to the right or turn to the left, you know what to do. With the body, it can be the same thing. If I cannot let go of sugar, if I have low energy, if there is a pain in the articulations, you know what to do. And you have the confidence of the tools that not only are addressing a symptom, but it's going to the root cause. The whole body is about going to the root cause, bringing harmony to the body, and then healing whatever physical manifestation there is.
Okay, so just I want to address a couple of comments I'm seeing. Firstly, Ronan's accent is Brazilian. He is from Brazil.
Yeah. If anybody's not understanding, huh? Just ask English, please.
I, I think it's so cute the way you speak. If everybody's not understanding, huh? That's a Brazilian thing, right? I love
Uh,
that. Love that.
there's somebody saying, "I love you" vision in Portuguese here. So that you know the
Well,
Brazilian
thank you.
community is present
I'm from
here.
Malaysia. I'm from Malaysia. We're both from developing countries where there was no. So my country, Malaysia, by the way, was in 2018 was identified as the country with the highest rate of obesity in Asia. 47% of adults in my country are clinically obese. So, both me and Ronan, if you know our backstories, we come from countries where there was no health consciousness. We had to figure this out ourselves. And both of us went through periods of really bad health. That's why we had to go into this. Okay, so these are some of the things about Holobody. Let's continue. Now, it's a great opportunity for those of you who want to be a health coach because coaching is growing as an industry. And what's also happening is after COVID, there's an increase in awareness on the importance of health. Now, let's talk about the results. So one of the things we're most proud of with Holobody, and by the way, for those of you who are asking, Holobody stands for holistic body. It's a holistic approach to the body. That's where it comes from. So when we say Holobody coach, the reason we coined our own brand Holobody is because if you're a coach and you're marketing yourself, rather than just say, oh, I'm a health coach, and everybody kind of thinks they know what that is. When you say I'm a Holobody health coach, people are like, what's Holobody? That's an invitation for you to explain the pillars, explain holistic health, explain how health is so much more than just eating and exercise. That there's the mind-body element, there's mind-body healing, there's the expectancy effect. So it's a bit of a branding trick, really, why we call it Holobody. All right, let's continue. Now, these are some results that people have gotten. So Andrea, Jay Burns. Now, these are people who took the program as to get certified. And what happened is they went through a transformation as they went through the program. Okay, so we'll talk about the coaching benefits in a moment, but you can see these are really incredible transformations. And the type of people that go into the program are really amazing. Saskia Alusalu represented her country in the Olympics, speed skating. Simone Vida, she's one of the most popular kickboxing coaches here in Estonia. So she said it gave her great tools to use on herself, her loved ones, and her clients. Jamie Foster, who's an engineer, you can see he's completely ripped right now. It helped elevate and transform his own body, mindset, and goals. Okay, so you've heard from Ronan. Now I'd like to invite Ronan to explain how Holobody is different from traditional health methodologies, which typically focus on nutrition and exercise alone. Ronan?
When we work in a holistic way, we need tools and skills in all other areas. So yes, we give all the we go deep into nutrition and exercise because it is part. They are the drivers of a elevated health, but they're not the only aspects. As you saw, we also go into mindset because it's the filter through which all these habits are going to be manifested in the body. We learn all we need to know about sleep and inner stillness or the management of stress, but also the external environment, the human connections, the sense of purpose, and all the things that are inside. So, for example, one of the big points that we know is that the health of your gut microbiome is determining a lot of how your body responds to diet, responds to exercise, and even the thoughts that you have. Depending on the gut microbiome, you can have depressive thoughts or you can have happy thoughts that help you in your goal. And so we have a whole module on gut microbiome and how to heal inflammation in the gut. We also talk about hormonal balance, for example, because there is always that person that says, I do the diet, I do the things, but I cannot lose weight because my hormones are out of balance. What does that mean, and how do I bring balance to those things? You need to know because you're owner of a human body. If you want to master the connection with the body, and so we go into those things in details. We also know that there's a big difference between the female side version of the human body and the male version of the human body. They have different rules because they operate with different hormones. And so how do I translate my fasting practice, my exercise practice, my sleep practice, depending on the version of body that I have, female or male? We also go there. And for female, we also separate between the fertile period and the menstruation cycle and menopause, because the rules here are also different amongst themselves. And so Holobody is bringing the pieces together. Have you seen that you did a exercise program, maybe with a personal trainer or maybe something you bought online, and then you practice that, and after that you did a diet program, but then the diet program was not compatible with the exercise, so you did the diet and ditched the exercise, and then you did another program, but you don't know if it's compatible with the diet you did before. When you do things that are isolated, you're just lost. You're not working with the puzzle, you're working with a single piece. What we do in Holobody is that we bring it all together. The exercise, with the nutrition, with the sleep, with the stress, with the hormonal balance, with the gut microbiome, with the male version, with the female version, with the mindset in mind. How do we play holistically with the whole puzzle? That's what you learn in Holobody.
The beauty of our bodies is that our bodies are incredibly complex machines. I mean, millions upon millions of years of evolution, right? Incredibly complex machines. But the problem with our modern world is very often we try to simplify things. Buy this and it'll solve all your problems. Like, get this exercise machine and you'll finally get the abs. Eat this, drink this tea, and it doesn't work that way. Now, I want to show you, I'm going to stop the slides. I want to actually show you something, which I think is pretty cool. This is the most important thing to us when we launch a program is, are our students getting results? And this is what I'd like to show you. So I'm going to invite you, when you get a chance, to just browse this page. So what you're seeing here is our case study library. We've trained, Roden, how many Holobody coaches do you think we've trained since we started the program?
I think we are approaching 3,000 now.
3,000? Yeah. Okay, we're approaching 3,000.
I think 5 years, maybe 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are case studies from coaches who have gone through the program, people who have gone through the program, and just what they had to say about it, right? So you can go and browse this library. I'm going to give you the link. There are 400 case studies to read here. And these are from the coaches. These are not from people who worked with the coaches. When people work with you, let's say you're a coach and people work with you, that's your client. They don't even have to know Mindvalley exists, right? They're working with you. You're the hero. You're the person working with them. These are just people who have worked with us, and you can see the radical transformation that people have gone through. And not all of these people who take it are coaches. Some of them are CEOs, some are engineers, some are startup founders. They take it because they recognize that the most valuable thing we have today is not money, it's our body. Without our body, nothing else is possible. And that's why this is so important. So if you read these case studies, you can see there are people from all around the world. And the other thing you'll notice about these case studies is, listen, when you think about health coach, we often go to the default archetype of the fitness trainer. Who's the fitness trainer? Some good-looking buff dude, typically 25 to 30. But if you actually think about really great health coaches, it's not just about musculature. Musculature is one aspect of health. There's so much more. There are health coaches that are helping people recover from cancer. They're health coaches helping people deal with severe health issues, back pain, genetic issues, eating disorders. And so health coaches come in all shapes, all sizes, all ages, and you'll see that reflected in the graduates here. Everyone shares a picture of themselves and they share their story. And notice that in many of these stories, they're not just talking about how comprehensive the program is, like Holly Kikil here from Aurora, but they're talking about how it transformed them, like Karen Stanton. You can see she said she lost 20 pounds. That's in 4 months as she took the program. Colin, you can see his strength improvement. Many people share their before-after pictures, which are quite striking as they go through the program. And I know that many of you are going to be case studies here. I mean, look at this before-after picture from Yvonne Richardson, who's an advertising copywriter. Thank you so much, Yvonne, for sharing your before-after. But you can see as she goes through the program, how not only is she discovering a new way to earn a living, but she is also transforming her body. So feel free to browse the case studies, and maybe you'll resonate with one of these stories, and this might help you understand if this program is for you. And again, it's so important for me to show these faces so you understand the age diversity, the cultural diversity, the gender diversity here. It's a really wide group of people, and there are people just like you who are in this program. Let me go back to the slides. Okay, Ronan, anything you'd like to add?
So far, just about a comment that we had over here. Remember that all this program that we are doing here is also live, and that's one of the most important aspects, is that we do this as a group, and we go together for 4 months with live calls every single week, plus the recorded material. Is not a online program that sits in your computer. It's something that changes your external environment because you're doing this live with a group, and we are interacting live every single week to make sure that all those steps are implemented.
Great. And Katie, thank you for sharing. I see there's Katie in the chat who said, I'm 20 pounds down after Health Plus Body Mastery in 6 months. I'm sticking with it. Thank you so much, Katie. That's great. So if you have taken the program before and you're here just as a, just to see how me and Ronan are sharing information on it, feel free to share. Okay, now let's go on with the certification. Okay, so here are the benefits. Number one, you create rapid and lasting body transformation. Rapid and lasting. This isn't a fat diet where you lose weight and you put it back on. It's rapid and lasting because you understand what's going on and you know how to recalibrate your body when it matters. Number two, you rewire your human mind for lifelong health and fitness. So much of health and fitness is a function of the mind. There are numerous studies that show that what we believe about our body shifts our body. For example, this was a really fascinating study. Do you know that if an American eats a croissant and if a French person eats a croissant, there is a different response in their body? The American sees a higher blood sugar spike than the French person. Why? Because Americans are trained to believe that croissant is a luxury, it's decadent, it's dessert, it's carbs. French people, it's just breakfast. And it's really interesting. They studied this, and based on your cultural perception of a croissant, healthy or not, it actually influences your body. It's called the expectancy effect, and it's baffling doctors because drugs right now, they are finding that drugs right now, every drug has to be tested against a placebo. The human mind is more important than the drug. Now, I see some of you going, what? When I share the study, you can read about it in a book called The Expectancy Effect. Stunning book. Now, let's go on to number 3, heal the body and reverse aging. My results, I'm so proud of them. I was able to reverse my biological age to 20 using the glycan age test, which is a pretty common age test. And it came from intermittent fasting and Ronan's protocol, 10X, that he developed with Lorenzo Delano, which is rapid muscle building in 2 gym sessions of 20 minutes each a week. So that's 40 minutes in the gym. Okay, personalized nutrition, understanding that all of us have a unique nutritional need. Optimize weight and metabolism, awakening peak productivity and personal power. This is the mindset component, becoming an effective coach for yourself. So here's another really interesting statistic. 40% of people in the world, this is cited in the book, The Four Tendencies, okay? 40% of people in the world are good, kind people, but they will not take care of themselves. If you tell them, hey, Joe, and Joe is one of this 40%, could you come to the gym with me? So, because I need a gym buddy to help me stay motivated, Joe will go. But if Joe sets his own goals to go to the gym, he won't go. We are nicer to other people than to ourselves. This is 40% of the world. You learn how to override that if this describes you. You become an effective coach for yourself. And you learn to uplift and support your loved ones. Number 9, if you decide to go on the certification track, you learn to build a new career, new income stream, and develop a personal mission. Now, this is what you will learn. We'll go month by month. Ronan, this is you.
Month 1. On month 1, what we are doing is that we are implementing the fundamentals. The fundamentals are the main habit. Here we are building new automatic habits and start to shift the identity so that the way that you operate in your body is different. We are going into the fundamentals of exercise, fundamentals of nutrition, fundamentals of sleep, fundamentals of stress management, and all the 7 lifestyle habits that create chronic health for the human body. Here is when it gets clear that Holobody is not a weight loss program. It's not an exercise program. It's not an improve your sleep program. It's all of these things together. It's a human health program. In the first month, you learn the fundamentals from the intermittent fasting to the whole eating to the whole food eating to overcome emotional eating to the exercise in different intensities, sleep, healing, inflammation, fundamentals. That's where we get on the beginning. And here we start working on the change of identity. Every week, there's a body talk exercise. And the body talk exercise is a guided introspective, and sometimes use NLP, sometimes use different types of techniques to help you rewire your thinking about health, about your body, about your possibilities, so that your changing habits is not a forceful change, is an alignment. So now things are falling into place. You want to do different things regarding your health. Let's go to the next one, Vishen.
Okay.
On month two, we go into advanced health optimization. So now we go into advanced fitness. In the first month, it was fundamentals. Now, how do I increase all the intensity of everything that I learned in the fundamentals? How do I create rapid transformation of my body? So we go into fitness, we go into gut microbiome, how to heal the gut microbiome, how to create hormonal balance, or how to correct hormonal imbalances. And we start seeing the differences between female and male bodies. How do I translate everything that I have learned for a male body or for a female body in order to optimize, to go into advanced levels of health optimization? This is when you go to on month 2. From then on, we go to month number 3. Let's pass to the next one.
Accelerating transformation.
Yeah. So now we are starting to work on mind over body. And we go deep into mind over body on month 3. So you did foundations, you went to advanced health optimization. Now, how do you accelerate body transformation with the usage of your mind? And here is when Vishen brings all the different angles and protocols and techniques for that. How do you communicate with your body? How do you understand what to eat, how to eat, what to exercise, how much to exercise from the signals of the body? There's a intelligence quotient called body intelligence, BQ. You have emotional intelligence, you have IQ, that is the rational intelligence, and something that we don't speak much is BQ, that is body intelligence. But we know what body intelligence is in a very basic level. Whenever you need to go to the bathroom to pee, you know. There's a signal in the body that, it's time to go to the bathroom. Whenever you're hungry, you know there's a signal. But there are decisions, cognitive decisions that you can make informed by your body. What to eat, how much to eat, the exercise, the routines, all of these things, the signals are there. You just need to fine-tune those skills. And you learn these things into month number 3. Then you also know, you also learn personalized nutrition for your body. How do you know what foods work only for you, and what foods should be avoided not by everybody, but by you? What is the optimized type of nutrition for your own unique gut microbiome? This is where we go into month number 3. And then finally, month 4 is when you bring all of what you learned into a sustainable lifestyle. Month number 1, 2, and 3, there's a lot of new learning, different tools, different knowledge, different ways of thinking. Month number 4, you're preparing for a new lifestyle. So from everything that you learned, how do you make sustainable habits going forward? How do you change your daily routine so health is not a forceful thing, it's just a byproduct of a new way of living life? How do you make things easy? How do you make things smooth? And at the end of Holobody, what most people say is that, yeah, there were many changes in the body, but what really changed in me is that I am not the same person anymore. I was the unhealthy person. Now I am the healthy person, because I learned, not only I learned the tools, but I learned how to make them sustainable and seamlessly implemented into my new way of living life. That's what you go into month number 4. How do you become the person? How do you develop the sustainable habits with everything that from fundamentals to fitness to fasting to hormonal balance? How do you bring that into sustainable behaviors going forward?
Amazing. Thank you, Ronan. Now let's talk about how it works. Okay. So as I said, total time is 3 hours a week, and your week is broken down like this. So firstly, it is 16 weeks, which is it's not that long. Weekly training, this is 60 minutes. This is a pre-recorded training that you take on Mindvalley Home, which is the desktop, or your Mindvalley app. Then there's a live Q&A, and this will be with Ronan, or it will be with Ajit Nawalka, who's one of our trainers, Ronan or Ajit. Ajit focuses on training you to be a better coach. Ronan trains you on mastering your body. This is always live. Now, if the time zone is awkward for you, the recordings are available. And third, coaching pods. These are 60 to 90 minutes. Coaching pods are where you pair up with other students and you coach each other. It's a practice coaching session. This is more relevant for those of you who are going to become certified coaches. Okay, so let's break it down. So easy to follow weekly trainings. It's you get the lesson every week. It's 60 minutes a week, available to everyone. Go deeper with live classrooms. This is where you get to interact with the teachers, as we are now, get to ask questions. And if you can't make it, recordings are available. Coaching pods are really fun. A lot of people I know who have taken it said that they met really close friends in the coaching pod. This is where you are paired up with other students. You can choose who you want to pair up with, and you help coach each other. Now, the live call schedule looks like this. Okay, so the calls are on Thursday, which is 7 a.m. LA, 3 p.m. London, 4 p.m. Amsterdam, 7 p.m. Dubai. Coaching pods, there are different pod groups that you can join depending on where you are in the world. There's Thursday, 8 a.m. LA, Thursday, 7 p.m. LA, or Friday, 7 a.m. LA. And you can see the translation in other time zones. Now, that's not all. If you choose Holobody, the certification option, there are a couple of interesting bonuses that you get. We don't just want to leave you as a coach. What we want to do is ensure that you can be successful as a coach. So this is where our coach trainer, Ajit has personally trained 18,000 coaches. He's one of the best trainer of coaches in the world and the Mindvalley author with the largest amount of student case studies. Okay, so you get several programs that will help you market yourself as a coach. The first one is called Start Your Coaching Business. The second is Growing Your Coaching Business. So one to help you start. But if you already have a coaching business and you've started it, you just want to grow it, you can jump straight to program 2, Grow Your Coaching Business. Now, we are all about like that, those little touches. So one of the things we do when we complete it is you earn this beautiful pendant. So all our Mindvalley coaches, depending on what they've studied, earn a pendant. The pendant represents a feather. Why feather? We think of Mindvalley coaches as human angels, people who help elevate other people. Have you ever noticed that the Mindvalley logo kind of looks like wings? The symbol is angelic wings. Angels uplift, they protect, they help serve humanity. And here, the bird that feather is from is the falcon. The falcon is powerful, it's strong, it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous species of bird. And so the falcon feather represents is what we give you as a pendant. You earn this pendant. And when you see people anywhere in the world with that pendant, you know what it means. You've identified another Mindvalley coach. Now, the second bonus is all about community. You know, one of the sucky things about the world today is that so many of us work from home, so many of us are studying from home, that there isn't enough time for human interaction. If you look at lots of statistics right now, loneliness is up. People are saying that, you know, they are single longer because they can't meet people, they have less friends. Community is important. And so to help give you community, what we do is we create an event where hundreds of our coaches come together and they up level and they help each other grow. It's called Super Coach, and it's a 2-day experience, and it's going to be happening in Amsterdam. We pick Amsterdam because it's super central to everyone. So this is the $2,000 ticket. You will get this ticket free if you enroll to become a certified coach. We just want to be able to meet you and see you and have you connect with other coaches. Let me play a video that gives you an idea what this is like. Ronan, let me know if you can hear the audio, okay?
I can't. Hey, yeah, I'm about to shut it down. I'm about to shut it down. I'm about to shut it down. Now there is some sound coming up. I'm about to shut it down. I'm about to shut it down.
Okay, so you kind of get an idea of how much we believe in community. And then there's also be an online community. Now, the program is accredited. So firstly, Mindvalley itself is a massive brand. So when you say you're a Mindvalley certified coach, people know Mindvalley. But it's also accredited by the European Mentoring and Coaching Council. And we just received disaccreditation by as a premier training provider by the International Institute for Complementary Therapists. So you have 2 accreditation badges that are associated with this program. Okay, now, how to make your investment back. So the average one-on-one coaching package for a new Holobody coach is $2,000 for 3 months. So this is when you get a client, $2,000 for 3 months. And this means 2 clients over the course of, say, the next 2 years, and you've made your investment back. So let's summarize, right? These are all the things that you're getting: 16 weeks of training, live Q&A, coaching pods, your own Mindvalley certified Holobody coaching certification, the bonuses, how to start and grow your coaching practice, free tickets to Super Coach, access to the Mindvalley coaching community, and all of this for an extremely, extremely low price. I'm going to come to that in a moment, but know that there are 2 pathways. You can transform your body with Holobody. This is where you don't become a coach. It's 2 hours a week. Or you can transform your body and become a Holobody coach. This is 3 to 3.5 hours a week. The program starts with an audit, so you kind of know your baseline health level. And this is the pricing. So if you choose to just go through the transformation, it is $2,499. And if you choose to become a Holobody coach, it is $3,499. Okay, so it's just about $1,000 extra. What we find is that in our programs, it's around, I think, 70 to 80% of people decide to just go for the coaching option because it's a little bit extra, but it's an incredible gift to be able to learn so much and then to be able to train other people. And you learn that coaching that just isn't about dishing out your knowledge. It's about listening. It's about empathy. It's about understanding where your student is coming from. It's about knowing how to ensure that your student is in the right mindset, is achieving their goals. You learn all of these skills. And to learn these skills of coaching are truly valuable. Now, as a thank you for showing up at this event, we're going to give you a further $500 discount. So it's just $1,999 if you're looking to transform your body, $2,999 if you're looking to become a coach. Now, think about how cost effective this is, right? The average American spends roughly $3,800 a year on their health. Now, this is a figure from 2021. With inflation, it's probably gone up to around $4,500 right now. This is less than half of that. I can guarantee you this. You are going to see that your spending on sick care, which is most of the reason why we go to a doctor, is going to go down because you're going to be so much healthier. Now, for $1,000 extra, $2,999, you become a certified coach. And this is a really amazing opportunity to be able to earn money if that's what you want, right? Many people become a coach because they work in a company, they manage a team, they want to make sure that their team is going well. I did this because I really care about health, and I made decisions in my office to optimize my office for health, to optimize my family for health. So I did this to become a coach because I wanted to be, I don't need to charge for coaching, but I wanted to be able to advise my family, my coworkers, and so on. So it's just a little bit extra, but you learn those skills. This is the certificate that you get. It's a beautiful cert, and it's $2,999. Now, next steps. You can secure your spot right now for just $200. So it's an application deposit. The application takes about 7 to 10 minutes. We want to read up a little bit about you, understand who you are, and we feel you're not a right fit for this, we will let you know. If you are a right fit, then all that happens is we bill you the balance. So it is $1,799 if you're looking for just the training, or $2,799 if you're looking for Holobody certification. Okay, and the application, and if you're not accepted, by the way, your $200 is refunded to you. The application deadline is November 1st because we start that week. If you need a payment plan, these are the payment plan options. And the application deadline is Tuesday, 1st of November. We have 650 seats and a $500 discount for the first 300 students. So that's all you got to do to secure your seat. Just grab that QR code and get started. Now, what we'd love to do in balanced 20 minutes is just do some Q&A and answer some common questions. So while I keep that up, Ronan, and while you guys visit the page, Ronan, let's go with the most common questions, okay?
Yes,
I'm going to give
absolutely.
attendees the right to upvote questions. And I want you to go to the question list, click on Q&A on Zoom, and you can vote for any question that you feel is a great question that you'd want to see answered. Oh, Ronan, some people are saying that November 1st is really soon. It's this Friday. Could we give a slight increase in the application date, maybe to Monday? So November 4th?
I believe so.
Okay, so we'll do that. Okay,
From
November
my
4th.
side, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, sorry. We opened up this training to our list about a week ago. No, about 2 weeks ago. Okay, so is there any focus on women's menopause or any personalized hormonal advice for women?
Yeah. Yeah, so we address all the different versions of the human body. The female version in fertile phase, menopause, and also the male version. And then you understand what things are common in amongst all of them, because there are things that are common for the human body. It's good for us to have frequent activity and go for walks. I can agree if I have a male body, if I have a female body in menopause, a female body in fertile period, this is good for all of us. But a couple of things change the way that they are applied based on the hormones, female versus male or fertile versus menopause. And so eventually we get to a point of the program that you learn how to make those translations as well. And so how it is possible to make a course that like one fits all. That's the main thing about Holobody. It's not a one size fits all program, because here you don't, on Holobody, you don't learn to follow instructions. You should eat like this, or should do exercise like this or that. You learn how to understand your own. So you learn a lot of the science behind. You learn a lot of how to understand your own body, how to read your own needs. The Holobody is all about understanding your own body, learning how to, and learning how to make the decisions based on your situation. It's the opposite of the one size fits all.
Yeah, and concepts such as intermittent fasting for women, women's menopause health are really important to us. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we released a episode of the Mindvalley podcast with Dr. Mindy Peltz. She's the author of The Menopause Reset. And it's a fascinating episode, and it basically talks about how menopause changes a woman's brain in all of these really amazing, favorable ways, and actually gives women certain abilities to help them become better leaders in as they get older. Fascinating episode. Listen to it. So we are always very conscious of it. Our audience is 65% women. Let's go on to the question from Natasha. I'm a doctor seeing the increase in pathology and morbidity in children and their parents. I want to start doing coaching as well, and I'm a huge proponent of the mind-body connection. I love the Holobody approach, and I'm a huge Mindvalley fan. Will the coaching program assist in the business aspects of finding clients and setting up a coaching business?
Yes. So the coaching aspect of the program not only teaches you how to be a good coach, but also has modules at the end that helps you in the business side of things on how to get clients. After you learn the Holobody method, after you learn how to be a good coach, you also learn how to get your first client, how to apply the Holobody method to a client, how to have the first type of interaction, how to do the basic marketing to get your first clients. This is also included in the program, and yes, it is accredited in Europe. So that is also, it is the first time, this will be the first cohort that the Holobody program will be two different types of accreditation as a coach. So no, your coach profession will be backed by institutions that certify and accredit
Look, it is.
the
Yeah,
your
EMCC,
profession as a
European
coach.
Mentoring and Coaching Council, and International Institute for Complementary Therapists. That's the accreditation.
Absolutely.
Okay, next question. So
How
how is
different?
Holobody different from the recent Health and Body Mastery? So I can answer that. So when we did Health and Body Mastery, it was like the first part of Holobody without the certification, right? There were some modifications because every year there's new developments, there's new discoveries in health. Ronan's part of his job as a researcher. He's constantly updating, right? But so Health and Body Mastery was the mastery portion of it, where you transform your health. We merge both programs together. So technically, if you take Holobody and you opt not to become a coach, you're going for Health and Body Mastery. If you opt to become a coach, then you are going for what we used to call our Mindvalley Health Coaching Certification. We just merged it into one. We felt it was more effective that way.
Yeah, what I want everybody to know is that Holobody is a program that was designed to prepare people to certify people to be coaches. And so in terms of content, it goes much deeper, is more complete. There's a lot of more knowledge that you get from Holobody. It goes more in depth and advanced. Health and Body Mastery is all focused on the implementation of things. You know just what you need to know in order to take action. Holobody is also focused on take action, but you learn all you need to know in order to explain those things to other people, in order to apply this to other people, in order to teach other people how to drive their own health. So the hormone balance, the difference between male and female, gut microbiome, these are things that will go much more in depth in Holobody, and the understanding of the science behind it, the understanding of all the health principles becomes, we have had doctors doing Holobody. So wow, there are so many things that I learned about health and the body that I learned on the Holobody certification that I didn't learn before because of how complete the scientific panorama of the program is.
Awesome. Okay, the next question is, do we have to take any supplements with this program?
No, you don't. You will have a module talking about supplements as well, but the answer is no, because remember, Holobody is not a one-size-fits-all. It's not, hey, everybody, let's all do this. Is, hey, everybody, let's understand your body, let's understand your health, and let's understand what decisions will be best for your case. So there won't be a single thing that everybody should do. There will be different actions that you understand which ones are the best for your scenario.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, how does Holobody Coach teach you to manage extremely special situations like a person, say a relative or a client, with an illness or physical condition that needs medical advice? For example, back prosthesis. This is a question from Andrade.
Yeah, so here you also understand how to work with different types of medical professionals and what are the responsibilities of a coach and what are not the responsibilities of a coach. A health coach is not responsible for diagnosing or prescribing treatment, for example. And so if you are a health coach, either if you're a whole body coach or any type of health coach, you're not gonna, sit in a clinic and say, hey, what are your symptoms? And you're gonna give a prognostics and give a treatment. What you're going to do is that you're going to work with the person who has certain treatment that they need to apply because they went to the doctor. They went to the right doctor, say, hey, I need to implement these habits over here. The doctor said, or the physiotherapist said that I have these problems over here. I will need to work on this point, on this point, on this point. And the coach helps them integrate those new habits into their new lifestyle. Now, have you been to a doctor that gives you a diagnostic and says, okay, you have blood pressure, a high blood pressure. So here's a medication, and then you also need to eat healthy, and you need to exercise well, and you need to sleep better, and and then you leave the doctor room, and you know that you're not going to do this. There is a medication that, okay, that you may take, but all the other actions you don't apply because the doctor doesn't tell you how to do this, doesn't follow up with you, it doesn't support you in the implementation. This is when the coach comes. The coach doesn't come into becoming the doctor and giving a prescription. but it comes into transforming that prescription into reality. Okay, we need to do these actions, these actions, these actions. How do we implement them for your body and for your lifestyle and for your way of thinking? This is what the coach will do.
Got it. Okay. Now, the next question is there any kind of professional liability insurance for those accredited through this program?
If insurance covers this is something I don't know. This is something we can probably Ajit would know it better. This is something we can ask and is there an email from the Mindvalley team that we can reach out so that we can answer those questions? This type
When
of
you
question.
apply, you can just add that question in the application.
Okay.
Okay. Or no, I don't think that's actually the easiest way for people. You can write to support@mindvalley.com. Okay. If you have any specific questions.
I saw one quickly that said, what if I am a 68-year-old female? I just want to ask here in the chat, is there anybody who's above 60 and is having the same thought? Like, what if I'm 60 something, and I'm thinking of joining, but I don't know, huh? If there's more people in the situation, just let me know in the chat. Doreen, for example, Pamela. So Pamela saying 72. Whenever we did the first cohort of Holobody, I interviewed almost all the graduates. It was a huge amount because I wanted to understand what they learned, what changed, and what didn't. One lady was a 72-year-old lady, and there were many people. I think there was a good 15 to 20% of the students that were above 16. And I remember this 72-year-old woman, she said, first she was a dancer. She spent a lot of her life as a dancer. Then she became a type of a priest of a certain type of church that went on for about 4 decades of her life. Then she became an entrepreneur after that, and she said, I did so many things in my life, but I never took care of my health, and I think my life is coming to a new beginning. I'm 72-year-old, and now I will become a health coach. I want to change my health. I want to get, the empowered to live better, live more, and do this for others. It's a new phase in my life, and that's what I want to do in my life right now. She started that journey in 72 years old, and she learned all the different protocols. She changes her different habits. She decreased inflammation, increased her mobility, had frozen shoulder, all these kind of things, and the mobility went. And after she finished Holobody, she started a career as a health coach. She transformed her health and started. And what she was doing, it was working with people of the same age. How do you take care or take the driver's seat of your health once you are above 60? That's the types of clients that she was working with, because that's what she did after 60. In fact, when she was 72 is when she started getting taking the driver's seat of her health. The empowerment and creating a healthy lifestyle, and then changing other people that were in the same situation. So definitely, if you are above 60, the body is always a reflection of what happens in the mind. So as much as the mind can learn, the body can change. It's never late for any of these kind of things.
Amazing. Thank you, Ronan. So with that, we end our questions. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining. And you know where to go for the website to learn more about this. And we'll also send you an email. Thanks all.
Thank you, Vishen. Thank you, everybody.